Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Maher just did something none of us saw coming. The man who spent decades mocking conservatives, cheering for open borders, and defending the left's utopian fantasy just snapped. On live television, Bill Maher looked straight into the camera and said what every sane person has been screaming about for years. We were lied to. Lied to about diversity, lied to about immigration, lied to about what it would really do to our countries, our neighborhoods, our kids' futures. For years, the so-called great immigration experiment was sold to us as compassion. But now the truth is out. It wasn't compassion. It was control. A global social experiment run by elites who never had to live with the consequences. And so now the results are undeniable. From Sweden to San Francisco, from London to Los Angeles, the experiment failed. Crime's up, culture is down, borders are erased, and the biggest shock of all, even lifelong liberals like Bill Maher are finally saying it out loud. Now, stick with me, guys, because what you're about to see tonight, this is the unspeakable truth that they still don't want you to say out loud. Hit the like button, subscribe. Okay, you can see it in his face. Bill Maher has finally had enough. The applause from his audience used to be automatic, but this time it was awkward silence. I mean, the man who once laughed off every conservative warning about immigration suddenly stopped laughing. He looked right into the camera and he said, "We were lied to." That one line cracked the entire liberal facade. Bill Maher is not reading from a Republican script. He's reacting to reality. In fact, the old Maher ridiculed border control. The new Maher is asking the same question that millions of Americans have right now. What happened to common sense? And in that moment, every viewer knew that this wasn't just a talk show rant. It was a confession. The left's favorite comic just admitted the truth that they've been running from. So for decades, elites, they sold us this fairy tale. Diversity is our strength. But behind the slogan was a business plan. Global corporations needed cheap labor. Political parties needed new voters. Bureaucrats needed chaos in order to justify bigger budgets. And so while they filled their gated neighborhoods with these imported nannies and gardeners, they were told that working class Americans, we need to be more inclusive. But the truth is out now. This wasn't compassion, it was control. Trump's new Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, just released classified memos proving the numbers were manipulated from 2015 all the way to 2023 in order to make the border crisis look manageable. It was never manageable. It was engineered. Bill Maher sees it. He's realizing the great immigration experiment wasn't an act of kindness. This was an elite experiment, and we were the test subjects. Now, Medicare premiums are set to skyrocket next year, and many Medicare Advantage plans are disappearing altogether. This is only a couple of months away, guys. Now, imagine opening a bill for $800 because your Medicare plan didn't cover what you thought it did. That is the reality for way too many retirees today. That is why I partnered with Chapter. They review your Medicare coverage so that you're not caught off guard. Now, one of our viewers, she said, Chapter saved me from a bill I could never have paid on my own. So let me ask, are you ready for surprises? Or are you going to do what most people already are and avoiding them? Now, most people, they're dialing that phone number right there at the bottom of your screen, or they're visiting askchapter.org/Ron. I left a link for you guys down below. And that phone number, again, is 909-563-8279. Now, look overseas if you want to see where this experiment leads, okay? Sweden, once the safest, calmest nation on earth, now has grenade attacks in residential neighborhoods. France, Paris police call parts of the city no-go zones, and London, once the pride of the West, now more divided than ever. You can't even recognize it from 20 years ago. Gang warfare, failing schools, exploding welfare costs, all in the name of tolerance. Well, Bill Maher used to romanticize that particular model. Now he's quoting the statistics himself. Europe ignored the warnings, silenced the critics, and mocked anyone and everyone who questioned the floodgates. And now they're paying the price. The dream of multicultural utopia collapsed into chaos, and America was next in line, up until one man changed course. October 2025, the Biden-era crisis is over. President Donald J. Trump is back, and the numbers don't lie. Illegal crossings are down 78% since April. National Guard units deployed across all 4 southern states. DOGE investigations exposing billions of dollars in fake refugee aid contracts that funneled money all the way over to the activist groups. The globalists are furious, but Americans are finally relieved. After years of open border and crime waves, the rule of law is finally back. President Trump was mocked for building the wall, but now they're begging for it. Sanctuary cities are collapsing under their own hypocrisy, while blue state governors plead for federal help. And here's the real irony. Even Bill Maher cannot defend them anymore because when truth meets reality, the slogan stopped working. Trump's America is cleaning up the mess that they made. The moment that Bill Maher stepped out of line, the left's attack dogs were unleashed. CNN anchors called him a gateway to extremism. The View said he's gone MAGA overnight. The same man that they once hailed as the progressive truth teller became their newest villain. Why? Because he broke the one rule that you're never allowed to break. He told the truth that makes their whole ideology crumble. You see, guys, the left doesn't fear lies. They manufacture them. What they fear is defection. What they fear is the truth. And so when one of their own starts thinking out loud, it starts spreading like wildfire. Bill Maher didn't join the right. He just simply stopped pretending. That's why they're panicking. Because if even he can't toe the party line anymore, how many more will stop parroting it next? They promised unity, but delivered division. They told us multiculturalism meant peace, harmony, and flavor. But what we really got instead were segregated cities, skyrocketing crime, and people who are too afraid to speak their minds. Schools drop patriotic lessons so they won't offend anyone. Police told to stand down so that they won't profile anyone. Every common sense instinct has been replaced by fear of being labeled a racist. Now, Bill Maher used to laugh at conservatives who warned that this would happen. Now he's realizing that they weren't bigots. They were prophets. The utopia failed because you can't build a nation on endless exceptions to its own rules. They replaced shared values with permanent victimhood, and now nobody trusts anybody. They call it progress, but look around. It's fragmentation. It's not freedom. Walk through any major U.S. city and you're going to see it. The erosion isn't coming. It's already here. In Michigan and Minneapolis, entire neighborhoods operate by foreign customs, ignoring American law. In San Francisco, sanctuary zones protect illegal offenders. Meanwhile, taxpayers are footing the bill. Schools drop the Pledge of Allegiance. Businesses avoid hiring Americans first. And even our own language is under attack. The left calls it inclusion, but inclusion without identity isn't unity. It's surrender. This isn't about race. It's about survival. You can't preserve freedom when no one agrees on what freedom means anymore. So Bill Maher is finally asking that question. Like, what happens to a country that forgets who it is? This is not conservative fear-mongering. That is the new normal that we've been warned about. Behind every open border speech, there's a billionaire that's smiling. NGOs raking millions of dollars under the banner of humanitarian aid only for President Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, to uncover the truth. Those same nonprofits were caught funding global resentment networks that were tied to political lobbying. And it wasn't compassion, it was profit. The same elites lecturing you about tolerance were writing checks to move cheap labor across the borders. And the more chaos that they created, the more grants they received. From Davos to DC, they built a business model on guilt. They called it saving refugees. What it really did was destabilize nations while enriching themselves. Bill Maher was right to ask, who benefited from the great immigration experiment? Because it sure wasn't the working class. You could feel the global tide turning right now. Italy, the Netherlands, Sweden, even Germany, nations that once mocked Trump's America First message, they're now copying it word for word. Why? Because the people have had enough. They've watched their neighborhoods crumble, their wages stagnate, their culture vanish, all while elites sip champagne in Davos, pretending that everything's fine. Populism isn't a dirty word anymore. It's survival. The same middle class that they tried to silence is roaring back, and it's louder than ever. Bill Maher sees it too. He's realizing that the so-called far-right surge isn't extremism, it's course correction. Ordinary citizens rising up to take their countries back. The tide isn't turning, it's roaring, and the globalists can't stop it this time. So you can almost see the light bulb flicker behind his eyes. The realization that ignoring reality doesn't make it go away, it just makes it worse. For years, Maher was the gatekeeper of acceptable liberalism. But now he's saying what millions of disillusioned Democrats whisper in private. The left has lost its mind. His honesty is contagious. Every time he calls out hypocrisy on his show, another viewer wakes up. He's not preaching MAGA, he's rediscovering logic. When he admits that unvetted mass migration is destabilizing the West, it's not a political statement. It is a reality check. Maher represents the awakening, proof that common sense doesn't belong to a party. It belongs to anyone who's brave enough to see what's right in front of them. Now, behind all the policy talk and political spin are the people who paid the real price. The nurse in Texas working double shifts because her hospital's overwhelmed. The teacher in California who can't communicate with half of her class because nobody speaks English anymore. The construction worker worker watching his wages collapse under illegal labor, these are the silent victims of the great immigration experiment. They didn't vote for it. They didn't benefit from it. They just lived through it. Skyrocketing rents, schools crumbled, public safety disappears, and still, the media says it's compassionate. No, compassion isn't bankrupting your own citizens to prove a point. Bill Maher finally gets that. The left wanted moral credit. The people wanted survival, and survival always wins. President Trump calls it Reclaim the Nation, a three-part plan to end the chaos once and for all. Streamlined deportation courts, merit-based immigration, NGO funding under strict federal audit, no more loopholes, no more games. The United Nations condemned it. The European Union called it xenophobic, but Americans, they called it common sense. Border security approval is the highest in modern history. It's over 70%. Even swing state Democrats are quietly admitting Trump's approach actually works. For the first time in decades, the system is favoring the taxpayer instead of the trespasser. The message is clear. America is done apologizing for existing. The global elites wanted a borderless world. Trump, he gave them a sovereign one. And so now the results speak louder than the outrage. So who would have thought Bill Maher, the same guy who once rolled his eyes at anyone wearing a MAGA hat, would become the spark of a cultural realignment, right? I mean, he's not just shifting his own views. He's actually giving permission for millions of liberals to question what they've been told. Hollywood's nervous about this. The media is furious, but ordinary Americans, well, they're applauding, because when someone that deeply embedded in the entertainment machine starts admitting the left has lost touch with reality, well, it rattles the whole system. Bill Maher is now the mirror that the left cannot bear to look into. He's showing them what happens when truth triumphs ideology. And if he can wake up, just imagine how many more people are about to wake up. The dam's cracking and they can't tape it back together. Now, here's where it all comes full circle. The great immigration experiment wasn't a policy failure. It was a deliberate manipulation. The elites didn't miscalculate. They lied. They promised unity, but delivered division. They promised prosperity, but they drained it from the middle class. They said that we were building a better world, but they were really building a test lab, and we were the test subjects, the guinea pigs. The political clash got richer, real rich. Look at Ilhan Omar, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. Corporations got cheaper labor, NGOs got endless funding, and the average citizen got chaos. Bill Maher finally said it out loud. We were lied to. Not by accident, by design. The same people who told you questioning immigration was racist, they're cashing in on your silence. And now the whole scheme is collapsing under the weight of the truth. Now, at the end of the day, this was never about hate. It was about love. Love for your home, for your heritage, for your freedom. The left spent years convincing you that defending your country made you a bigot. But look around. Japan protects its culture. Israel protects its borders. Poland, Hungary, even Italy. They all defend what's theirs very proudly. Only in the West are we told to feel guilty for wanting the same. But that guilt is dying fast. People are waking up. Bill Maher's awakening proves it's not right-wing to want stability. It's human. Protecting your country isn't extremism, it's common sense. Because when a nation forgets what's worth preserving, it won't be around long enough to remember it. This is the moment to choose preservation over destruction. Patriotism isn't racism, it's survival. Like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next time.